Hello, Quantum Leap callers. Happy Thursday to you. It's Krystal Shada, and I'm super excited to leave you a message today. And it was interesting. I was having a conversation with a director friend, and we were talking about coaching. And in the conversation about coaching, it occurred to me that eventually, it's great to have a great coach that supports us and holds I wanted to say holds us accountable, but really that's not what a great coach is doing. They're not really holding us accountable. They're coaching us to the gap between what we said we wanted and where we actually landed, if there is one. We get to hold ourselves accountable, and they're a witness to that and a support in that process. But it really is about us holding ourselves accountable. Anyway, but in the course of that conversation, we talked about great questions that are open-ended to ask as we're coaching. And as I thought about it, I thought, well, we really, in both our business and in life, we have the opportunity to coach ourselves. And so if we're coaching ourselves, then in the coaching ourselves, what would be some great questions to ask ourselves at the end of each day? And one would be, what am I celebrating? What was great? What worked? What did I learn? So that all falls under the what am I celebrating? A next question would be, what worked? In other words, what of the things that I set out to do worked, happened? Maybe it didn't go according to plan, but it still worked. Then the next question, and by the way, you can write these, write down what your responses are to each of these. The next one is what didn't work? Where was there opportunity for improvement? What didn't happen? And then you can delve into what didn't happen and what got in the way. Now, we can talk about the what got in the way, and we can use a lot of excuses. Well, this happened, and this happened, and this happened. And that's where we really get to, talk to ourselves about, am I really committed to this? Do I know why it matters? And if I didn't do what I said I was going to do, I didn't get done what I said I wanted to get done, okay, so is that something that gets to then happen tomorrow? Because it's not about letting ourselves off the hook to not do it at all, but then in the doing it tomorrow, then does it get put off again? So is this a habitual process? Is this something that is more than a one-time occurrence? It always gets put off. And then that's when you get to look at what's under that. Am I not clear about my why and my motivation, my why it matters to me? Or is it because I need to get a bigger plate? We talk about all the stuff on my plate, and I have all of this on my plate, so I can't, manage it all. Well, maybe we need to get a bigger plate so that it holds all of the things that really matter to us. How do we prioritize those things? So where a coach comes in and can be of support in that, and by the way, your director is a great coach for you because nobody cares about your success as much as your director does with you, right? Is that she can support you in coaching to that gap. If I make a commitment today that this is what I'm doing tomorrow, and in that commitment that I make for that, then when it gets to the end of the day tomorrow and I didn't make that happen, there's a gap between what I said I wanted and what actually happened. So what a great coach does is coach to the gap. What is that for you? What are the adjustments that get to be made? How do you want to do this differently? Is that a kind of a one-time deal, or is this the thing that always falls off the priority list? What is that about? And so that's awesome to be able to have those kinds of conversations with your director. Anyway, but what I'm hoping to do is give you some tools to coach yourself so that you can coach yourself through this process. You can hold your own feet to the fire. You can hold yourself accountable. And really, I'm going to say the first step to doing that is keeping your word to you. Learning to trust you again, that you will do what you say you're going to do, if perhaps that trust has been lost somewhere along the way. Every time we say we're going to do something and we don't, it whittles away at how we feel. about ourselves, our integrity, our it whittles away at our trust in ourselves to do what we say we're going to do, because nobody else may know, but you know. You know, the great news about this business is we work for ourselves, and the challenging news about this business is we work for ourselves, right? So nobody's going to fire us. And that's where that self-discipline can really be practiced in a business like this. So I hope I gave you just a few tools to start navigating through the beginnings of coaching yourself, because you really do have answers that will support you, and you really can do this. And being able to coach yourself through that process is a really powerful tool to practice for you. All right. Have an amazing day. Hugs to you. Bye-bye.